What's good, YouTube? It's jazzlovesmma here, and I'm making a video about the boxers in the UFC, best, worst, where would I rank them? Are they just okay? Are they spectacular? Are they good? Yeah. As you can see, we have a whole bunch of fighters on the bottom, 25 fighters to be exact. And yeah, let's get into this video. Starting with, we can go to someone who I think is a good boxer, Sergey Pavlovich. I know he got outstruck by Volkov and he got slept by Aspinall, but he is a good boxer. He does just swing big meaty hooks, but he was able to outbox Waldo for 3 rounds. He looked good. He was rocking a kickboxer Rosenstruck for 3 rounds, and then he just decided to dominate him in the grappling. Maybe you could put him lower, but I think for heavyweight, and even not just for heavyweight, I think he has good boxing. It's pretty decent. Who else should I put on as another tier? Who I think some two other people who I think are just good boxers. Carlos Oberg. I think Carlos Oberg's a good boxer. He's nothing spectacular. He's a decent jab, a decent cross, mainly a lead hook. Good boxers are guys who have decent striking fundamentals in their boxing, but they're nothing spectacular. Right? There's nothing more than that. So I think this is where I would put Oberg. Maybe you could put him in just okay, but I think I would put him here. And the same for someone else in the heavyweight division, Magomed Ankalaev. He has pretty decent boxing. He's a good one too. He has some pretty good technique, but he's nothing spectacular. He's pretty fast, but for light heavyweight, he's pretty good. I got nothing really bad to say. Obviously he uses a lot more. Like these guys utilize their kicks as well. That's what makes their skill sets a little bit better. But I would put them in the good tier. Now, a couple people I'll put in the just okay tier is, sadly, Brandon Moreno. Oh, I put him in the wrong tier. Brandon Moreno. His boxing's degraded so badly. He still has a very nice, long, crispy jab, but his defense isn't really the best anymore. He just kind of shifts around doing this, and yeah, he just has a jab and a big overhand. That's kind of like all his boxing has devolved to, and it's pretty sad to see. His boxing obviously wasn't the cleanest. He wasn't. I don't think I would put him in spectacular tier in his prime, but he was a pretty good boxer in his prime. But he's gotten older. He's taking a lot more damage. His style has changed with age. Yeah. Someone else I'll put in the just okay tier, just like I did in the last tier. But this time they match a little more. Brandon Royval. I think Royval's just a good boxer. I think he's just okay. Yes, you can see he was outboxing Van, but I think when you outstrike people, that it's not more so you being the better striker, but you having effective striking. He has good volume. He's a good striker, but I think he's just okay when it comes to the fundamental boxing. He's pretty good. Maybe I could just put him in good tiers. Watch out Pavlovich, but he was outstriking Brandon, or not Brandon, but he was outstriking Moreno, but I think he just leaves himself a little too open. The way I'm taking this into the defensive aspects as well. And yeah, I think that's what I'd put Royval here. Maybe if I were to do this accurately, I'd say something like this, and then like this. He's definitely on the higher end of just okay. And someone who I think would be on the lower end of that, Diego Lopez. He's just a big meaty hook guy. Right? He just throws big shots, big hooks, wing hooks. But it's pretty what he does works for him. Defensively, he's not the best. He was slipping a lot more against Steve Garcia, so that was pretty good to see. He was slipping his shots and he came back with the counters. But his footwork's really bad. His defense isn't really the best. He's certainly utilized kicks more. It's making his boxing more effective, but yeah. And yeah, I just think that it's not as good as Royval. Maybe I should switch Pavlovich and Royval. But I do think like he's like his boxing's not like the worst. It's not foul to watch, but it's pretty okay. It has his moments. He's able to catch folk in the pocket. He's pretty damn fucking dangerous, and he's pretty damn good. So his uppercuts are nasty. His hooks are good. I just wish he would try to utilize more things. If he were to utilize the jab and his length more, I definitely think I would put him in good tier, but he doesn't. So I'll just put him in just okay. I think it's finally time to put somebody in foul to watch. Where is he? Sahabi. Sahabi's striking and boxing is really like, disgusting to watch. The way he just like the way he fought Cheeto, he just walks around like it's just disgusting. He's good defensively, he's good, but generally it's foul to watch. It's not the best. He has good defense. I think his defense is better than these guys, and like I would probably put him in good boxing, but everything about him just is foul to watch while he boxes. So maybe this is biasly, but yeah, he literally had zero success in the boxing. He literally didn't do anything against. Oh man, he had a decent lead hand in that fight, but yeah, I'm gonna put him in foul to watch. And someone who I think is just an okay boxer, but I will put on the higher tier, is Justin Gaethje. I think Justin Gaethje's an okay boxer. Obviously, he's pretty sloppy, especially with the footwork at moments. But against Ilya, not just against Ilya, but his jab is one of the best things ever in his game. He's a very crispy jab. His uppercuts are really good. The hooks are very sloppy. You can say that, but I think he's good. I think he's good boxing. Um, or it's okay. That's why I put him in that tier. But I definitely put him in the higher end of this tier. Because he does get sloppy a lot, and that will dock you some points. But against Ilya, he showed that his jab is one of the best in the sport. And speaking of jabs, someone who I think is a spectacular boxer, and who I think is in the thumbnail of this video, Sean Strickland. Strickland is spectacular boxing, man. Now, he's a good boxer. He definitely is a good boxer. He leaves himself a little too limited. I feel like when he really does let the hands go, his boxing does look good against Kamza. It's looking good, but he's very limited to the 1-2 and the lead hook. The 1-2-3 or the 1-3. You know, that's the combinations he'll go for. Then he'll go for the big winging overhand. But defensively, he's so good, and his jab is one of the best. Do I just put him in spectacular? I don't know. But I think he's a good boxer. He's one of the best boxers in the sport. Fuck it, whatever. I think I'm going to put him in spectacular. Is it spectacular to watch? Not really. But on a technical level, it is some of the best. And that's kind of all he uses outside of teeps. So I think I'm going to put Sean Strickland spectacular tier. Let's just start adding up. Who's a true best boxer in the sport? I think this is where I'm going to say, I think Joshua Van is one of the best boxers in the UFC. I'm going to move Strickland down. I just can't have him there. Because he is a good boxer, but like he uses a lot of other things. Joshua Van's boxing is phenomenal. The combinations he rips, you see, that's the big difference between like Strickland, who I think is one of the best boxers in the UFC, and Van. Van has a good jab, he has good hooks, he has good uppercuts, he rips to the body beautifully. And I think when you're as limited as Strickland, you go from that spectacular tier to a good tier. And that's why I'm going to put someone else in spectacular tier that may get controversial, but Van's boxing, like, it's the best in flyweight. And speaking of another flyweight, why is this dude smirking at me like that, bro? Manel Cap. I'm gonna put Manel Cap in spectacular. Like he leaves the hands down. He's a really good boxer. He's very explosive. He's super fast. He has beautiful combinations. But I think he does have good slips. He has great defense. But he can be stung up and he could be frozen up in the boxing and he can look stiff in moments. Against Horiguchi, he was looking a little stiff. In other fights against Makayo, he'll look a low output and just throw. He's there to be hit. Bruno Silva was landing on him. He was landing on Van, but I think Levan was having a better performance, dropping him. Look, he just looked better defensively, and I think that's the difference. Against grapplers, he'll rip to the body, and he'll look good. His jabs are amazing. Vans, but but I'd like to give Cap some praise. The way he rips body head body in like a snap of a finger, it's insane. It's why he's in spectacular tier. Um, and I think we just talked about Strickland. I think Imavov has better boxing. He's a better striker, but I think his technical boxing is better. The way he rips the body, the way he jabs. I think Strickland may have a better jab, but everything else Imavov does is a little bit better. I think the 1-2 Strickland has down low, but the way Imavov finds the lead hook, the way he finds the body shots, the way he's just faster, so his boxing is just a little bit better. I am gonna put him in spectacular here. Maybe speed gives him the edge on this, but he's one of the best boxers in the UFC. He's really underrated. I think his boxing is pretty underrated, and Strickland did have to kind of like grapple him to win that fight. So, someone else who I'm gonna put in foul to watch, Derek Lewis, man. Lewis, he generally has the worst boxing in the UFC. I think. I generally think he has the worst boxing in the UFC. Um, it's generally awful. I don't know. There's nothing else I can say. He genuinely has the worst boxing. He just doesn't do anything. He's big wings, big shots, and that's it. So he's gonna go there. Um, so I'm gonna put in the true best boxers list. I don't care what you guys say. I still think Ilya Topuria is one of the best boxers in the UFC. The way he was taking shots against Justin Gaethje was beautiful, man. And other times defensively, the way he moves his head, the way he tracks people down, his boxing is very good. The way he was setting Paulo away was beautiful with the jabs and stuff. Mainly with Charles with the jab, but the way Ilya was setting him up with the hooks, the way he was setting up Charles with the jab, insane. The way he found the shot on Volk, insane. I still think he's one of the best boxers in the UFC. He's a very good high guard. And he literally masterclass Josh Emmett, who honestly I could have put in this fight to watch tier, especially after his last fight. But speaking of somebody who fought Josh Emmett, and people who talk about as like the Ilya clone, Kevin Vallejos has great boxing. He's one of the best boxers right now. He is. People compare him to like Diego, I think, but the way he rips. When I think of like best boxers, I think of it in spectrum. Defensively, how good are you? Are you stuck to one thing? And how good are you at everything? Vallejos does a very good job of countering. Um, I don't remember his jab. I feel like he could have obviously gone in this tier, but he's good, great head movement. His countering is phenomenal. The way he rips to the body, sick. But yeah, I'm gonna put him here. The way he's put out Josh Emmett was insane. Soon he'll probably be up here. Like honestly, like probably Marvel as well. But for now, I'm gonna have it like this. And to give some love to the lower tiers. Why don't you? I don't think I have much, so I'll go back to another tier. So who I think is a spectacular boxer. Max Holloway's boxing is pretty good. It's pretty good to watch. The way he rips to the body, the way he finished Gaethje, the way he set up Dustin with the 1-2s and all that. His boxing is really good. Um, it's spectacular to watch, man. The Justin Gaethje performance was insane. Obviously, he was sitting in with the kicks as well, but his boxing is phenomenal to watch in those performances. He is like the better Royval. I think you could compare to Royval to you because they're both volume strikers, but Max is just better. Like the way he sits down his shots, the way he lands his combinations, I think he's just better. Um, where would I put him? I'd probably put him here, honestly, or maybe just like right above a Camp. But someone who I think is a better boxer, and I'm gonna get hate for this as well. JDM's still a phenomenal boxer, guys. I don't care. The way he fucking pained up Bilal for the best boxing performances ever, man. He's still one of the best boxers. Maybe you could drop him. Maybe you could switch. him with Vallejos, but I still think he's one of the best boxers. The way he can do it from both stances, the way he rips to the body, the way he can set you up the jab, the way he can land his hooks, the way he's in and out. I think he's a very good boxer. And I had to take that when there's like arguments of like, oh, who's the best boxer, JDM or Ilya? Both are, I think, on a similar level of boxing, but Ilya is a far better shot finder. He's great at finding that big shot that will put you out, shown us in the Charles fight. But I think JDM is a better fundamental combination boxer. The way he finds his combinations is really good. He hasn't been able to show in his last couple of fights, but he's still phenomenal. And I can't wait for him to show it again, man. But who else is fun to watch? Jamal Hill's footwork is genuinely awful to watch, man. That's another thing. Footwork. These guys all have phenomenal footwork. These guys have okay. These guys have good footwork, but it's all right. These guys have okay footwork. In the case of Diego Lopez, it's pretty bad, really bad. And then these guys' footwork is just kind of is chill. I could have just made this a footwork tier list, but I didn't want those accusations on me. Jamal Hill's really off foul to watch. He used to be a good boxer, I know that, before his ACL popped. But his footwork even against Clover is really bad, man. And I think he just has to go here. And someone who I think is a good boxer, Pico. I think Pico's a really good boxer. Obviously we haven't seen much from him in the UFC. The way he beat the shit out of Pitbull was impressive. But I think I'm just gonna put him a good tier. Because defensively, he's there to be hits. Pitbull was setting him, like, jabbing him up in round one, and it was very worrying. So if you're getting jabbed up by Pitbull, I have to dock you some points. But I do think he deserves to be here. And someone who I think is a spectacular boxer, Ethan fucking Ewing, man. I originally had him here, because it was not only because he does have some of the best boxing in the UFC, but because he also he was gonna fight next week, so I thought it was gonna be a good setup. But he pulled it against Farad Basharat. Sucks to see, but his boxing is phenomenal. The way he fucking ripped to the body against Estevan, whatever his name is, and Christoph. The way he was picking apart and pouring it on Malcolm Waymaker, just beautiful stuff. And against grapplers, he doesn't freeze up like Top, so I'm gonna put him above him. Honestly, I could put him above Max. I think Max's boxing is kind of overrated. He's tough. I'm the best boxer in the UFC, but I really don't think he's the best boxer. I don't think he's that good of a boxer. He's a great striker, the way he says it over his kicks. I think that's what makes him one of the best strikers and one of the best boxers. It's the way he sets it over his kicks as well. But he is hittable defensively, and his straight hands makes not the most picture perfect boxing ever. Honestly, you know what? I might switch him because I think Max has really his footwork's pretty good. I'm just gonna leave it at that. I'm gonna leave it like that. Max is a better striker maybe, but I think pure boxing. Oh man, but he was getting jabbed by Pitbull. Yeah, no, I'll leave Max. I'll leave Max here. I'll leave Max there. Moving on to got a couple spaces for Just Okay and Foul to Watch. I think Waldo's an okay boxer, His jab is pretty good. I hate Waldo's style sometimes because when he jabs, he literally just goes on his lead leg, and that's what makes he's also a heavyweight, and it's really ugly to see. But his right hand is really nasty, and he has some decent combinations. But his jab's pretty good. When you watch, it's not the best, but it works and it's pretty effective. And that's kind of all he has. He's a decent boxer. I know he got brutally chinned when he was boxing, like he was a professional boxer, but his box is pretty decent. He was It's kind of all boxing. Volkov, he had a decent jab against, he had decent moments against Sergey Pavlovich. So I think he's just okay. That's kind of where he's in the rankings. Like he's top like 6. That's where I would have him. I don't know what he's actually ranked, but he's pretty good. Like his boxing's pretty okay. So you go up here. 4 people left. Um, and I think, bro, D-Rod's boxing is generally foul to watch. The way he fought Kevin Holland was actually disgusting. How did Kevin Holland lose that fight? How did he lose it? Literally, D-Rod coming in with the fucking like action figure, just like he can only move his arms up and his torso can only go like this. Generally moving like a fucking action figure against Kevin Holland. He still outboxed him and he still won. But it's fucking disgusting to see. It's going in fucking foul to watch here. Peter Yan is one of the best boxers in UFC, man. He's beautiful. He's got beautiful boxing. And he's other cases where like people say, "Oh, Peter Yan's the best boxer in UFC." Necessarily, I don't think so. But his high guard's phenomenal. But I think he does a lot of work with the kicks as well. He's one of the best strikers. You could argue he's the best striker in the UFC. But best boxer, I think. I don't know. This tier you can put however you want. But these other tiers I've kind of somewhat set up in how I think they are in like where I would position them. This tier I'm just gonna put them up here. You could probably put Peter on here. Maybe you could put Van. Van doesn't really kick a lot, and he like all his work mainly comes from the just in boxing. He has good teeps, he has good low kicks, but a lot of all his work mainly comes from just straight to hands. Dude, I don't know what happened to Buckley recently, but he does just throw big hooks. It's not even just recently. He does just do that. But I think he tricked a lot of us when he set up Wonder Boy, and he came with the bang, dip, dip, bang, left hook. Or was it right hook? I think it was right hook, so I think he went. Or no, he went boom with the big right hook. Um, it is pretty ugly to watch, man. His boxing's not that good. The way he was looking against Usman, if he just cleaned up his boxing a little bit, I think he could have fucking beat Usman on damage. But he was so settled on just like big throwing these big wing shots. He was getting outboxed by Brady. And Sean Brady has jitterbug boxing, dude. He's like, Sean Brady has underrated boxing. I could have had an underrated tier here for like Sean Brady and some other guys, but it is what it is. And for the final fighter on this tier list, Bilal Muhammad. Bilal Muhammad, you are the true best boxer in the UFC. You deserve this tier. No, his boxing's pretty foul to watch. Yeah, no, it's not foul to watch. He had decent moments against JDM. I'm gonna move all these people a little more. He had decent moments against JDM, and yeah, that's more to be said than a lot of people. Ooh, um, he had decent moments against JDM. He was fine with the two. He does have like a decent jab, but his boxing is pretty foul to watch. But I don't think it's uglier than these. I think his striking in general is just kind of like the way he throws his kicks as well. It's just pretty bad, but he doesn't overthrow. Like he does have tidy boxing that he goes to. It's just defensively he's not the best. So I put him here, but he doesn't overextend on his jab, and his footwork isn't the worst like Diego. So yeah, this is how I have it. Now the question is, who do I put in the true? I think Kevin Vallejo's. I think his boxing is on this tier. So let me know, who do you guys think is the true best boxer down in the comments? Do you guys agree with these tiers? Do you guys agree with who's in what tier? I don't know. Let me know in the comments below. I got another video planned, probably come up Friday. I don't just have many ideas. I'm gonna try to pump up 3 videos this week. And yeah, let me know. Do you guys think some of these guys should be higher? Who do you guys think should be lower? Who are some more people you would add on this tier? I was gonna add Volk. I was gonna add some other people. I'm trying to remember. Yeah, I was gonna add a couple other people. I don't know who. I could have added Connor. I could have added Sean Brady, Connor, um, Volk. Volk, I probably would have put in spectacular in good boxing tier. Would have put probably Connor in just okay, honestly. And I think Sean, I would have had to make like an underrated tier for Sean Brady. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Make sure to like and subscribe. Follow me on Twitter, jazzlovesmma. And now I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.